Long time no chat. I'm so tired of talking about politics, unbelievably tired about talking about politics, and I'm going to have a video coming up talking about exactly why I'm so tired of politics, but as I am tired of it, I'm not going to be talking about it today. So, I asked you guys what you wanted me to talk about since I don't want to talk about politics right now, and you came through. I got one of the best answers I've ever gotten to this question, and it came from Eastwind70. He said he wanted me, or she, I'm not sure, said that they wanted me to talk about encouragement. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, guys. Encouragement. Welcome to Ashley's Thoughts. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What is encouragement? Well, encouragement is just the ability or act of inspiring courage into someone. But all these wonderful, wonderful words that we used to use commonly, they used to be a part of the common parlance. Words like courage, bravery, honor, those things seem to kind of be lost today in society. So what exactly is courage? Courage is the state of mind or spirit that enables one to face danger, fear, or vicissitudes, which is just sudden change in your life, with self-possession, confidence, and resolution. It's a state of mind or spirit that enables one to face the hard stuff. That's what courage is. Courage isn't a feeling. It's not like love or happiness or sorrow. It's not something you feel. It is a state of mind or being. Courage isn't about a lack of fear. It's a state of mind that enables you to fight. So how do you get your mind ready to fight? Maybe that's how you inspire and encourage yourself. That's how you enable yourself to be able to face things. So what is it that you are putting into your mind that's making it strong and able to fight? Well, I'm going to give you guys a few tips to help you get in this state of mind. The number one thing is that you need to know who and what you're fighting for. I don't want you to think of whatever is on the TV or in the news or whatever. I want you to think, what is it that occupies your mind? What is it that you believe? What is it that you are fighting for? Are your goals attainable? For example, are you fighting for a fair and just government? Is that what you are fighting for? Has a fair and just government, one that rules fairly and justly, has that ever existed in the history of society? I really want you to think about this, because if our goal is a fair and just government doing good things for us, then, we know from regular life that it's not good to have a goal that's unattainable. Will our government ever be trustworthy? No, that will never happen. It will never be trustworthy. Governments have never been trustworthy in the history of the planet forever. You can't trust your government. So that's what I mean by you've got to know what you're fighting for and if your goal is attainable. Are you fighting for your family? Are you fighting for the health and well-being of your family? Because that's an attainable goal. That is an attainable goal. But what you're fighting for is your North Star. What you're fighting for is where you're going. It is what enables you to have a state of mind that's ready to fight, because you are fighting for something that's worth the fight. And I think that that's what they've taken away from a lot of us by pushing this independence thing so strongly, not just for women, but for men as well. None of us will ever be independent. It's not a thing that happens. Okay, you cannot be wholly independent because you need relationships in order to be happy and provide meaning in your life, because it turns out money isn't really something that is not the best inspirer of courage. People will fight for money. It can inspire courage in someone. But what is it in your life that gives you enough to fight for that you can have courage? What is it that you have? Because if you don't have something in your life that inspires courage, that's a problem that you need to fix. Number 2, and this is almost as important as number 1, is know what you're willing to fight against. Know who your enemy is. We all have an enemy, and some of us, it's ourselves. Actually, all of us, it's ourselves and others. But know what your enemy is. Know what it is in your life that you need to be fighting against and changing. For me, it's smoking. I need to quit smoking. I know I need to quit smoking. I want to quit smoking. It's just very, very difficult. So, that is my struggle, my biggest struggle right now. But you have to know what you're fighting against, because if you don't have an enemy, your mind, someone will give you an enemy. If you don't have an enemy that you're fighting, somebody else will give you an enemy and you'll start fighting their enemy. So make sure what you're fighting against is really what you want to be fighting against, because your enemy is someone you need to understand. Okay, if you don't understand your enemy, then why are you fighting against them? If you don't understand them, you don't know that that's a fight you should even be having. And you might be saying, I don't want to fight anyone. But the truth is, you're in a fight already. And it's for the state of your mind and your spirit. So what are you feeding your mind and spirit to make it grow strong? You just thought of something you're doing that's damaging your mind or your spirit. And you should quit doing that. I know I have all those things that I need to quit doing. But I want you to think about what it is that you're putting good into your brain. Okay, if you eat a full-size McDonald's meal every day, you're going to get fat. What you put into your body has an effect. So what are you putting into your mind to feed it good stuff? Okay, don't just think about the damaging stuff you need to quit, but you've got to put something in there. So what good stuff are you feeding your mind? Are you learning things? And I've actually, when I was coming up with the script for this video, I thought of this exercise and I did it, and I'm going to share it with you guys, and you guys should do it too. Okay, so I'm going to throw a better picture of this up on the screen. But what I did was I put mind and spirit on one side and then good and bad on underneath them. That way there's 4 columns. And then at the bottom, I put things that I should be doing. Because as you make this list, you're going to think of things that you should be doing or doing more of that, and you want to write those down. Okay, so I want you on this list, on the mind side, put all the good things that you do for your mind, all the good things that you're putting in your brain, put on that. Now, all the bad things you're putting in your mind. All right, now all the good things you're doing for your spirit and all the bad things you're doing for your spirit. We're going to go through a few of mine just so you guys can understand. So for my mind, on the good side, I have the Bible. I read the Bible. That's good for my mind. Even if you're not a believer, reading books with lots and lots of strong words in them, like bravery and courage and love and grace, those things also strengthen your mind. You can go watch my How Words Can Literally Change Your Brain video for more on that. I also have growing plants, painting, reading, maintaining my house. That's good for my mind. It's good for your mind to be in a clean environment. And it's good for your children's mind and your husband's mind to be in a clean environment as well. Also on the good side, I have folding Ryan's socks. I do like the Marie Kondo method of folding, like my husband's socks and underwear are folded, and I find it so relaxing. And looking in the drawer and seeing it look all neat and pretty and tidy when I'm done is such a great feeling. Those things are good for my mind. Things that I do that is bad for my mind: smoking, angry, being resentful, being impatient, and watching the Ben Shapiro show. It's damaging to my mind. I can't watch it anymore. It's really, he's gone off the rails. Like, Ben, what's going on? Okay? You're like John McCain or something, or John Kerry, like the worst parts of the right. You have adopted them all. I don't understand. Okay, spirit, things that are good for my spirit: prayer, also growing plants, playing with my daughters, playing with my dog, my husband. He is so good for my spirit. He's good for everything. Bad for my spirit: politics. This is one of the reasons I'm so tired of politics right now. Smoking, road rage, lack of compassion, ignoring my mother and talking to my mother. Both are bad for my spirit. So I'm not really sure how to resolve that situation yet. So as you can see, there are lots of things that I do, that you're doing, that's good for your mind, good for your spirit, bad for your mind, and bad for your spirit. So if you want your spirit and your mind to be in a state where you're ready to fight, you need to start by cleaning your room. To quote Jordan Peterson, you need to start by cleaning up your mind and your spirit and what you put in there and what you're feeding your mind and what you're feeding your spirit. Because if you're feeding it bad things are what's going to propagate from that. And if you're feeding it good things are going to propagate from that. I have felt such a difference since I've started praying like the Orthodox pray, because there's so many rules to Orthodox prayer. And the rules are there for a reason: the ritualization of it, the repetition, the meditation, the prayers that come from saints who, studied God and spent every day of their life with God and in constant prayer. They've developed these prayers to help you get closer. Those are such wonderful tools. But since I've started praying like the Orthodox pray, I can tell you it's made a giant difference in my spirit. I have so much more patience with my daughter. And that's another thing I kind of wanted to talk to you about. Sometimes when you're praying for strength, God sends you a challenge to help you grow stronger. And sometimes, like for me, I'm always praying for patience, because I am a very naturally impatient person. So I'm always praying for patience. And my daughter, I realized maybe it was God's like, you need patience. You want patience. So here is your chance to practice patience every day. My oldest was so easy and simple, and like you told her the rules and then she just was like, okay. And my youngest is like me and my husband, and very hard-headed and stubborn. And she's got a lot of, she's very assertive and extroverted and disagreeable, just like me and my husband. She's just like a little mini me. And watching her do stuff, like get an attitude or whatever, she gets angry and she'll yell at me and she'll make a face. And she didn't get that from nowhere. That's what I look like when I'm in traffic, or whatever. So there are things that you are being given so that you can become stronger, so that you can meet the challenge. And if you see them as, if I view her obstinance as a blessing from God to help me practice my patience, I'm actually much more patient. And I only came to that realization through prayer. So I don't know if you guys pray or not. And I'm sure that most of you are not Orthodox. It's not real popular around here, but it has super helped me. And those are my thoughts for today. Hopefully soon I'll have that video coming up explaining exactly to you guys why I am entirely tired of politics and the realizations that have led me to come to that conclusion. And, focusing more on my relationship with God than my relationship with the government seems like a wise decision. That's it for today. Thanks, guys.